1980 Honda, excuse me, I said 82. This is a first year to be considered an antique by the American Heritage Motorcycle Rider Association. And it's somewhat of a legendary motorcycle, built only from 79 till 82. This is a Honda CM400. They were used in road racing and also as daily transportation because they're super fuel efficient, super reliable. They've been tested at 49 miles to the gallon, so it's almost 50 miles to the gallon. This one's been highly modified, turned into a modern cafe racer, so which is extremely popular these days. And the bike's been completely gone through from front to back, starting with the engine. Our 27-year veteran Honda mechanic who has built some concourse quality machines went through the motor, adjusted the valves, adjusted the cam chain, completely rebuilt the carburetors in our safety clean tank. The carburetors were cleaned and they were synchronized on the bike while running. It was jetted, and the exhaust was this is a custom exhaust, custom dual exhaust, shorty mufflers. These mufflers are actually off of a 1965 Triumph, which is kind of one of the cool features. The engine was completely cleaned, new spark plugs installed, new oil. The gas tank was cleaned out, and just the engine was basically super tuned. The cases were polished, as you can see, and then these really slick looking crash bars were installed on the engine and painted black. The frame was painted. Just a really cool engine package. It's actually a 3-valve per cylinder, air-cooled, horizontal twin engine, Honda quality. What else can I tell you about the motor? It's got a new air filter, new spark plugs. So the motor was completely dialed in, runs perfect, polished from top to bottom, no oil leaks, no exhaust leaks. It runs beautifully. It'll run all day long. You can drive this thing cross country today if you wanted to. These were used in road racing during the 80s. Very, very popular bike for road racing because the chassis is super solid. And starting at the front, the front suspension was completely rebuilt. New seals, new oil. The tubes were polished, and then the lowers were painted. And the steering head bearings were repacked with grease and adjusted. The fork springs the fork oil was changed to 20-weight oil, and it also has a heavier preload, a longer preload in the spring, so it brings the front end up about 1.5 inches, so the front end rides a little higher. And on the rear, it has the remote reservoir piggyback nitrogen shocks, which are 1.5 inches longer than stock, so the whole bike's been raised up a little bit. As you can see, it's got more ground clearance, which is phenomenal for your cornering clearance. And it has the Comstar wheels, which were taken apart and cleaned and painted and polished, and brand new oversized Dunlop qualifier tire was installed on the front. This tire has 0 miles on it. Actually, excuse me, it has about 5 miles. I test rode it. But you can see it still has the nubs on it. It's a brand new front tire. And on the back, we put the Dunlop Elite 2 491s on there, which are super sticky, wide tire. We actually had to modify the brake arm. We had to bend the brake arm to fit around the tire because it's such a fat rear tire, and it just handles amazing. This thing like just wants to corner, and you can see it's just a nice fat sticky rear tire, nice fat front tire with the brand new rear and front suspension. The thing handles like a dream. It's a disc brake on the front. As you can see, we've got the gold valve stem cap covers. The original front fender was modified. It was chopped and shortened and recontoured and painted. The whole bike's got a brand new paint job on it. The forks, the headlight mounts, the tank has got a brand new paint job on it, black with the original gold emblems. Side covers are painted, and the rear fender were professionally painted, all to match the motorcycle. Just beautiful. So the whole bike basically was dismantled, painted, completely refurbished, front to back, top to bottom. Chains in excellent condition. Front brakes were rebuilt, and brake pads are new. The rear brake was serviced, cleaned, and adjusted. So the rear wheel was also repainted. The seat is kind of a conversation piece in itself. That's a custom-made seat. It has like a gold, almost like a slight sheen to it, gold with the perforated ribs on there with a matching gold, the gold thread on there. So the seat, we actually paid $400 to have the seat custom made by a local upholstery shop. We kind of went a little bit overboard with the seat, but I mean, I think the finished product speaks for itself. It's super comfortable. It looks like a one-up saddle, but it's actually designed for two, and it has a passenger peg, so if you want to bring your girlfriend or your friend along for a ride, or your boyfriend if you're a girl riding it, or whatever your thing might be, you can put a passenger on there. It's just an awesome bike. It has these grips here we actually ordered from a company in England. They're leather, and they're padded leather grips, brown leather. These were expensive grips, and it took us about a month to get them because we ordered from overseas. The headlight has this really cool protector on it. It's actually this is off a 1965 Triumph off-road motorcycle. This is probably worth $150 to $200 to a Triumph collector, but we decided it was best used on this project right here, so that's what we did. I don't know what else I can tell you about it. The bike's just in awesome condition. It runs perfect. It's got a new battery in it, new shocks, new tires, completely reconditioned front to back, super tuned. I can tell you this, our shop put just under $3,000 into the restoration between parts and labor. The Honda logo on the front was repainted also. The whole bike's been refinished, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It handles like a dream. It's a conversation piece everywhere you go, and it's an antique. The first year of the antiques. It's 35 years old, but it's in bulletproof, perfect running condition. Wouldn't hesitate to ride it cross country. The rear fender was also chopped and modified to fit perfectly on here, and it's got a custom rear brake light. David, do you want to hit the brake light for me? And it's got a custom mount for the license plate underneath the rear fender. You can see it's a LED, super bright. Works beautifully. It's got the horn, stock horn. It has a high beam, low beam, no turn signals, and no mirrors. Although the mounts are here for the mirror, you can easily put a set of mirrors on there, or any style you like. But this is like a stripped down cafe style, so we did not put the mirrors or the turn signals on it. If you have any questions about the bike, give me a call. We are the restoration shop for the New England Motorcycle Museum, so we regularly do concourse quality frame-off restorations. Like I said, we just put just under $3,000 into this bike to get it looking like it does, and it took about 6 weeks to build. So, and we're a professional shop, so you know, between ordering parts and sending stuff out, painting and the upholstery, it's, you know, just an awesome bike. If you have any questions, give me a call. Ken Kaplan, 860-916-9784, here at Kaplan Cycles, on site at the New England Motorcycle Museum. Oh, one other thing I forgot. The foot pegs. These are off a Honda CR250 foot peg. Brand new set of foot pegs, motocross style. So it kind of has a real beefy look, along with the engine guards and the paint job, the way everything ties in together beautifully. It's just a really well done machine. It has just turned exactly 16,001 miles, which is nothing for one of these horizontal Honda V-twins. Super great quality. It has a new choke. The choke cable is brand new. So it's got a new choke cable. The throttle cable was adjusted and lubricated. The clutch cable was lubricated, power lubricated, so it's like butter. It's got the black matching brake and clutch lever. I mean, everywhere you look, there's something custom on the bike. Painted, polished. Even the bolts that hold the foot pegs on were painted gold to kind of go with the black and gold theme that it has. Just a beautiful machine. I hope it goes to a great home and you have a lot of fun riding it. Thank God. God bless, and enjoy.